Hello friends, welcome to the session on Android programming. In this session, we will see how to set the environment in order to write programs or in order to develop applications in the Android environment. In this session, we will see what is the basic requirement in order to have an Android setup on your computer system. Because whenever you go for the mobile programming, then it is necessary that you must set an appropriate environment on your computer system, without which it is not possible for you to develop applications for the Android operating system. So friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to the channel so that you can watch many other educational videos in the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question, how we can set up the environment in order to develop applications for the Android operating system. So whenever you want to start developing applications for the Android operating system, then it is necessary that you must use either one of these operating systems on your computer system. So either you can have Microsoft Windows operating system, or you can make the use of Macintosh OS, or you can make the use of Linux OS. So this is the basic requirement. Also, you should have the latest hardware, and the minimum RAM requirement is of 4 GB. But if it is higher, then it is always better to have the higher RAM, because the development will require a lot of RAM. Also, whenever you want to set up the Android environment, then there are certain tools that are required in order to develop the applications. So the first tool that is being required is the Java. So you can download the latest Java or JDK from the website. You require the Android Studio or Android SDK. There is another software called as the Eclipse Integrated Development Environment. So this is an optional thing, but many times the programmer prefer make the use of Eclipse in order to develop the Android application. And also you require the Android development tools, ADT, which is just nothing but the Eclipse plugin. This is also optional, but if you go for using Eclipse, then in that case you may require ADT. So the last two components are optional, but if you are working on the Windows machine, then these components will make the Java-based application development easy, because Android Studio will require a lot of memory. Also, if your hardware is not up to the mark, then you will find that there is a lot of lag, and the programmer need to wait for the response. And whenever you create some virtual devices, in that case also, you will find that a lot of lagging will be there when you go for using the Android Studio. So in that case, people prefer Eclipse for the development of the Android application. So the first thing that you have to do is that you have to set up the JDK. So you can Google or you can search the latest version of Java JDK from the Oracle website, and you can search Java SE downloads. You will find that the corresponding website will be open and the latest version will be available, which you can download. So once you download, then you have to see that it is an executable exe file, and then you simply follow the instructions that are being displayed while setting up or while configuring the Java on your computer system. So you can set path and Java home environment variables. And if you are using the IDE Eclipse, then you will know that the Eclipse will automatically locate the Java on your computer system. So once you have downloaded and installed Java on your computer system, then the next thing that you need to do is that you have to download the Android Studio or Android SDK. So you can begin search on the Google Android Studio or Android SDK, or you can make the use of this link, and then the Studio web page will be open on your screen. The latest version will be available for the download. So you just download, and then you have to run the exe, and then you will find that the Android SDK tools wizard will be open and it will be launched on your computer system. So you need to follow carefully what are the steps that are being displayed, read it, and then follow it carefully. If you have some problem in the installation, then you can always go online and take some help, because a lot of help is being available online. So if there are certain error generated, then in that case, you can make the use of those online helps. So you have to see that the Android SDK tools are installed on your machine. Once you have installed it, then you have to set up the Android SDK. So SDK Manager, you need to set up. So you can set up the different packages that are being required in the SDK. So you will find that by default, while installing, the manager will list out the number of packages that you need to install, and then you just click on the installation of these number of packages. So it will depend upon what type of version you have downloaded on your computer system. So accordingly, the number of packages you need to install. And you will find that for the installation of the SDK, you require a good internet speed. So if your internet speed is not good, then a lot of time will be required for the installation of the packages. So you need to devote a lot of time. Also, your internet speed must be appropriate, and then only you are able to install. If in one attempt you are not able to install, then again, you can go for another attempt for installation of the packages. And once it is installed, then you will find that the Android SDK or the Android Studio will open up with the initial screen, and then you can close the screen once the installation is completed. So the installation of Android Studio will require two things. The first one is that your computer configuration must be appropriate. The second thing is that you need a good internet speed. So if these two things are there, then only you will find that the Android SDK will be properly installed on your machine. Another tool that is being required while developing the Android application is the Eclipse IDE, or Eclipse Integrated Development Environment. So this is an optional thing, but many programmers prefer to make the use of this. So it actually contains the base workspace and extensible plugin system for customizing the environment. You will find that the Android SDK or the Android Studio itself is an integrated development environment. But as I told you that many times there is some lagging introduced whenever you go on using the Android Studio. So in that case, the programmer prefer to go for Eclipse IDE. So you can search on the Google Eclipse IDE. You can download the Eclipse, the latest version of the Eclipse, and then you can run the exe file for the installation. So simply you have to follow the steps that are being displayed on the screen, and then you can start Eclipse just by clicking on the desktop icon. The desktop icon will be created, and then if you click on it, then the Eclipse will get started. It is also necessary that you can install the Android development tools ADT plugin. So whenever you want to install the ADT plugin, then you have to start with the Eclipse, and there is a help menu. In the help menu, you go for the software update, and then click for the install new software. So the dialog box will be open as shown in this window, and then you have to now click on into the name field that you want to add, and then you have to paste the corresponding link that is being displayed in this presentation. So once you place the link, you have to type the appropriate name, and then the Eclipse will search for the ADT plugin. And if it is successfully installed, then you will find that the plugins will be available for the use. So these steps are very much needed in order to start developing Android application. So you must have Java with you. You must have the Android Studio with you. Eclipse and the ADT plugin are the optional thing, but many times programmers prefer installing these tools on the computer system. Once the installation is completed, the next step is that you can create the Android virtual device or AVD. So in order to test whatever the applications that you have developed or you are going to develop, you need a virtual device, Android virtual device. And this virtual device must be created. So you can launch the ADT Manager by using Eclipse or by using Android Studio. So you can go in Windows ADT Manager, and then it will launch the ADT Manager. And then you can click on the new button to create the new Android virtual device. Then you have to follow the information, and then you can create a new virtual device. So many times, sometimes people face the difficulties in creating the Android virtual device. If you face some difficulty in creating the Android virtual device, it means that some part of the required tools are not available in your installation. So you have to check what is the lagging, and then download it, and then go for again the creation of the Android virtual device. Also, there is a lot of online help available, so you can make the use of this help in order to create the AVD. So once you have created AVD successfully, it means that your environment is now ready, and you can go for the development of the Android application. So once you have done all these things, then it is always necessary to restart the machine, because before actually you start the development part, it is necessary to restart the machine once the installation process is being completed. As I told you, Android Studio is also integrated development environment, and Eclipse is also integrated development environment. So Android Studio, you can say that it is the official IDE. Eclipse is an IDE that is being widely used for Java-based Android applications. Android Studio will support Android, and Eclipse will support the Android through the Google ADT plugin or extension. In Android Studio, there is built-in Gradle build tool, with the help of which we can build our applications. Eclipse has a build tool by default, and that is ANT. Android Studio, you can say it is a kind of intellectual software. It will update automatically on its own. So regular updates are available. But in Eclipse, we do not have as such any regular updates. Whatever the things that you need to do, you need to do one manually. So there is no automatic upgradation. Also, you will find that the Android Studio will support only for Java, while the Eclipse is an IDE which will support many other programming languages such as C, C++, PHP, C#, and many other languages also. Android Studio is being developed by the Google. There is Eclipse Foundation which has developed Eclipse. The use of the Android Studio is particularly for the development of Android application only. Eclipse can be used for a variety of applications. So interface of Android Studio is much easier, while the interface of Eclipse is not that much easier, because it is not only targeted for Android development. But people find Eclipse easy because there is a less lagging compared to that of Android Studio. In Android, easy drag and drop feature is available. In Eclipse, no such things are available. Android is quicker than that of Eclipse, and Android is lighter than that of Eclipse. But you will find that Eclipse loses to Android in case of speed. When compared with Android, Eclipse is very large IDE, and it will require higher RAM. So, which integrated development environment to use is a choice of the programmer. If you find Android Studio suitable, one can go for making the use of the Android Studio. If you find Eclipse suitable, then one can make the use of Eclipse IDE for the development of the Android application. So if your hardware is latest, then you can go for the Android Studio. If your hardware is comparatively old, then in that case, you can go for Eclipse because there is a less lagging time. So thank you, friends, for viewing the session. Hopefully you understood what are the tools required before we actually start developing applications for the Android operating system. Thank you all.